A week after ending her last marriage, she just got married again. The internet is laughing. But what if she's not crazy? What if she's repeating a pattern she just doesn't know how to break?
That is the real question. Why do some of us keep choosing the same partners but in a different body? Welcome back to another episode of the Husband and Life podcast where we talk about relationships and marriage. And today we are talking about multiple marriages. Not one, not two, not three, but 4 marriages.
It reads, Hi, husband in life. I need you to tell me if I'm repeating a pattern or just unlucky in love.
Oh dear.
Okay. I've just married my third husband.
Oh.
And in 6 months in, I already feel the same dread I felt in my last 2 marriages.
Okay, that there's definitely a pattern if we're talking about patterns.
Okay, let's see. When I saw Katie Price getting married again and the internet laughing, I didn't laugh.
Okay.
Because what if she's not crazy? What if she's just hopeful? You know?
It's a good question. It's a very good question. Valid.
That's me, because I believe in love so much that I keep trying again.
She's a hopeless romantic.
Yeah, see, people find ways to back up whatever theories they believe
They
in.
do. They do indeed.
But here's a problem. Husband number 3 is starting to look exactly like husband number 1 and 2. It's only 6 months.
Okay. Wow.
When we met, he was intense. He told me I was different. He said that he had never felt so understood.
Right.
He said he was ready for something real.
Amazing. He sounds like a great guy.
Within months, we were engaged. I thought I finally found a man who knew what he wanted.
Correct.
But now we are married. And here's what a real looks like.
Oh, the disguise has been removed.
The false advertising cutoff is 29 days.
Honeymoon period over.
Okay. And here's what real looks like. He refuses to combine finances, but expects me to trust him.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
He gets irritated when I ask basic questions about money. Okay.
Red flag.
He says,
Red flag.
I'm creating problems when I bring up concerns. He shuts down during arguments and disappears into silence.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a serious problem.
So he tells me I'm too emotional if I cry.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Last week, I found out he has a credit card debt he never mentioned.
That'll do it. That's why he didn't want to combine.
Combine finances.
That'll do it.
When I confronted him, he said I was overreacting.
Oh, stop it now. Okay. All right.
That's the exact word my husband number 2 used to say.
Yes.
Okay. Husband number 1 cheated and said I was suffocating him.
Wow. So he went outside.
Yeah.
He went outside
to breathe. He needs to breathe.
He needed to breathe with another girl. Okay.
Free air. Okay.
Free air.
Husband number 2 lied about money and said I was dramatic. Now husband 3 avoids hard conversations and says I'm always negative.
Okay.
So it's not. I feel like it's different faces, same script. And the worst part, I moved fast again. I saw small red flags. I saw the small red flags, the impatience, the defensiveness, the way he never fully answered certain questions. But I told myself this one feels different.
Okay, as we do this. It's human nature.
So I'm going to say this again for the people in the back here. She said, I saw all the small red flags.
She did.
The impatience, the defensiveness, and the way he never fully answered certain questions.
I still married him.
But I told myself this one feels different.
That's what we be doing. Okay. This time it's gonna be different.
But all of this,
it's the same pattern.
All of the arrows are pointing in one direction. For number 4. Okay, let's go.
Let's do this.
Now I'm 6 months into marriage.
Yes.
Number 3. Now I'm 6 months into marriage. Number 3. Yes. And it feels like I'm bracing myself for impact. We're about to crash. Okay.
I think she probably already lined up her husband number 4.
Before blood already. She's ready.
Moving on.
I don't want to be the woman who keeps getting married and divorced.
Okay.
But I also don't want to ignore the feeling that I've seen this movie before.
Yes, we've seen this part in the movie.
Okay? Am I choosing the wrong partner?
Yes.
Or am I attracted to the same personality in different bodies?
Very good question.
And how do you break a pattern? When you're already legally tied to it, or you're already married, you're committed. Because I don't want husband number 4 to be a possibility.
Okay.
Married and nervous.
Is that how she ended it?
Yes. Please help. You go, girl.
Oh, Jesus. Husband number 4 is a possibility at this rate. I'm sorry to tell you, unless you start to figure out why you're so attracted to these traits,
Yes.
that are similar from husband 1, 2, and 3. They obviously have the same kind of traits, and you have to figure out why that's so appealing to you, or why you ignore them, whichever one it is, because you said you saw the red flags and you ignored them. You just said, oh well, this one feels different. But now you're realizing it doesn't feel different 6 months in. But I'm sure it didn't feel, I'm sure that before the 6 months, before you guys got married, you were seeing everything, the same traits, which means it's the same person, which means it's going to have the same outcome. Because I don't get why people think that if you do the same thing, you'll get a different outcome. I don't understand. If you're doing the same thing every time, the outcome is going to be the same.
And it's not a good outcome.
And it's never a good outcome, because you're on husband number 3. So you know how the story goes already. You already know what the ending is.
Yeah, I think you constantly making the same decisions because you are looking for validation in the wrong people, in the people that can't give it. You already see that they are incapable of giving you the answers that you need, but you still give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yes, you have a good heart.
You got to put people with who have the kindest hearts get taken the most advantage. People take advantage of people with kindest hearts.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
because they see that as low hanging fruit. You know, they be like, oh, this one, let me step on this one. He won't say nothing, and then you keep putting that sort of energy into these people that have not healed themselves, and they just find you as, oh, she ready, let's go get it, and then the same result repeats, like you said. But I also think you confuse the intensity in this as a safety mechanism. You're saying because they're on you, are you going to love bombing me?
Love bombing, man. It feels nice.
Overwhelming, and you're like, oh.
It feels nice. It feels like, oh, I'm special, because they're so happy to be around you. They just show you so much love. You feel amazing. You feel like walking on clouds. And then, like you said, the reality comes into it, and now the cracks are starting to show. Now he doesn't want to show you his real life of finances, and that's a good thing that he didn't want to combine the accounts, because my God,
he was going to show you the debt he was in.
Yeah, so really, you should be grateful about that.
That's my debt.
Yeah, so at least that's one good thing. He didn't really want to show you the depths of despair he was in with his money. And he didn't want to get you involved in that. But at the same time, obviously, he was lying. He was admitting. He'll say, I was admitting. I wasn't lying, but he was lying. And now you're fully aware that there's things about this man that you don't know about, and that there could be other things that you don't know about. So this is the issue that occurs when you move quickly with someone in a relationship. You don't fully know the person. So therefore, things will come up. Things will arise. Moving fast is really not a security blanket. It's not a way to feel secure. If anything, it's a detriment to you, because now things are uncovering that you weren't aware of. And had you have known, we don't even know if you would have married him or not.
Well, she would have not. She would have married him, because she said she saw the red flags and she ignored them. He said, I saw he wasn't being completely honest, or he was being defensive. But I thought this time it will be different.
This is true, but maybe the finances might have pushed her over the edge.
Nah,
Because
blood.
sometimes sometimes you marry someone because you think they're financially stable.
Because they be pulling up.
Maybe showering you with gifts, take you on trips, fine dining. No, it's on a credit card, bro.
Or Tinder swindler the thing. Like some other chick is paying.
So you are so intrigued and so like ready because you think, oh, this is the guy because he's going to look after me and he's going to look after me in not just financially but every aspect of it, so I can just relax.
It's handled.
Yes, it's handled. But if you knew that the money wasn't real, if it wasn't the case, he wasn't really financially stable, you might have said, oh, maybe this ain't the one. I'm looking for the sugar daddy. I'm looking for the daddy that's going to look after me.
Third time lucky. The first two you might have went for love. This one you went for the bag, and and the bag was non-existent. They ain't laughing. We're just saying you ignored the fire and it's burning now.
The fire is burning. This is what happens when we think that these little red flags, they're micro red flags, right? They're not a big deal. So we just kind of bypass them until the big one comes. And sometimes the big one don't come until much later when you're already deep in, like at least 6 months. At least in 6 months, you could have been 5 years.
It's like we always say, God gives you signs. He shows you like, oh, don't do this. It's like your car. You get in your car, you hear a noise. You hear like, oh, that's not how it sounds.
That one.
And then you ignore it. And then it progresses into something. Like your body. Oh, my ankle was hurting. And then it grows. And then, now it's on my calf.
Yes.
Now it's on my knee. And then it's the same leg, but you haven't done nothing about it. Like, you'll be fine.
No doctor's appointment, nothing.
And then we have to cut it off.
You see? Blood clot, done.
Finished.
Okay. Because you ignored it.
You saw all the red flags, but they were micro. They were not.
No big deal.
No big deal. This is why you're in this situation. So you need to understand the kind of person that you are attracting. Why are you attracting this kind of person?
Yeah.
You need to look inward.
Yeah.
Because you're obviously a loyal person that loves love and is a hopeless romantic, and you want to fall in love quickly. But sometimes it's better to be alone to deal with you first, to heal this one first, not to just need somebody to love. Self-love is very important because you can't pour from an empty cup. Because you're trying to go to get love and all these amazing things and all these answers from these husbands, and they're leading you down the same path of the possibility of husband number 4. The possibility of number 4 is what you said. So I think you need to have more self-work, start talking to yourself, start thinking, how would a greater version of yourself be? How do you really want to be loved? How do you want to be respected? Write that down. Speak it into the existence next time. Take your time. You already know you rush into quickly. You already said I jump from this to this. Be by yourself for a bit. Sit down, take a moment to reflect, reset. What went wrong here? What went wrong there? How do we correct this? Because like you said, if you keep going the same and ignoring those things, and this time they're going to come and save me, sheesh, it's going to be another one.
Definitely. And I think there's a wound there. I don't know what the wound is. You're going to have to figure that out with maybe some professional help. There's a wound that hasn't healed, and you're trying to use the love from another to help you fulfill that. There's something there's a gap, there's a wound, there's something that is, that's the reason why you're seeking this love so much. You're looking for this love so much is because something is not there. Something is missing for you. So you've got to figure out, maybe do a little backtrack, like we said, do a little reflect and figure out why. Why do I need to be with someone? Why do I need to be with this type of person? Because I'm sure there's other types of men that come into your realm that are nice and they're really sweet and they treat you like a lady, they say nice things to you, but you bypass those ones and you choose the one that is more likely to be the cheat, the liar, the bad boy. So you've got to figure out why. Why do I attract that kind of person? Why am I attracted to that kind of person when I can find a nice guy who is loyal, he's good to me, he's kind, generous? There's plenty of them out there. But you seem to bypass those ones. So you've got to figure out why. The question is why, and then how. How do I stop that? How do I stop myself from going down that path with the same guy again? Because like you said, you're marrying the same person in different bodies. We can't go from husband 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, no.
6, 7.
We just can't. We need to stop this now. It's a bit like ending a generational curse. Like, are you going to be the one that says, no more? You have to make that decision. So hopefully you can take some time to reflect with him as well. If you want to work things out with husband number 3 and you don't want to lose him, hopefully you guys can sit down and really communicate with each other and figure out how you can overcome these things. I know that people will have relationships where there's cheating, there's lying, and they overcome them. They go to church, they sit down with their pastor, they get some couple therapy, whatever you need to do in order to hold on to the relationship. But he obviously needs to be on the same page as you to do that, and you guys have to work that out. It's very early to be doing that 6 months in. Like, I feel like it's like still honeymoon. And so if you're doing that now, I don't know how long that's going to last.
It's going to get worse from here.
Yeah.
In the 6 months is supposed to be the bliss months. Where you're enjoying it and everything is lit. You're getting to know each other even more, especially since you say you went from this one to the next one.
Yeah, So I feel like if you want to hold on to that relationship and work on it and communicate better with your husband, get some help, couples therapy, individual therapy, because both of you, as to get together, will need to figure out what's going on with the two of you, but you also need to figure out what's happening with you in terms of the wound or the gap that is unfulfilled for you. And then that way that can help you to communicate better with your husband. It can broaden your horizons in terms of, you looking at yourself, your perspective, and how you see love, why you see it like that, why you hold on to it so tight, why you seek it from anyone who will give it to you. There's so many questions. So that is what I would do. I would try to start working on my internal self, and help yourself understand who you are, why you do what you do. And that's how you can stop the pattern. That's how you can stop it from continuing. Because once you're aware, you can find a way to be like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Until you know. But when you know, you better act.
Yeah. So when you know better, you're supposed to do better.
You better.
It's as simple as that. So hopefully that helps. Guys, this is our 2 cents. Obviously, we give advice when advice is asked for. Let us know what your 2 cents are. Do you know somebody who is going through this? Somebody who has been in multiple marriages, multiple relationships. They never have a break. They've always got a new boyfriend, new girlfriend. Every minute there's a new. If you know someone like that, or if that is you, check out this actual episode in detail. Get your notebook, okay, guys, and share it with someone that you know. Hopefully this has helped. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Peace and love. That's our 2 cents. Let's hear your 2 cents. Get your tea, get your coffee, get your blanket, and let's connect in the comments. Love you.